Africa, a young woman, Stacey Brewer, and her business partner, Ryan Harrison. They are co-founders of Spark Schools, and they're looking to cultivate the level of education in South Africa so that it will be at the forefront of education on the continent and eventually the world. The idea of Spark Schools is to provide affordable private education for all, shaping young minds to move Africa. Ladies and gents, take a look.
So we have some very, very important people who are coming to film us, so we're going to be on TV.
So we launched our first school in 2013, Spark Ferndale, so that was about 2.5 years ago. But before that, we spent about 1.5 years up to 2 years just researching and looking at various models and best practices internationally in order for us to provide a solution that was high quality but affordable and accessible for the majority of South Africans. This is our grade R classroom, so right from grade R, the children are rotating like a high school. They move to specialist teachers, literacy, maths, Zulu. And what you'll see is that already our children are able to read and write.
At Spark, everybody shares the same stationery. You don't bring your own, it's all done by the school. And what it creates is a fantastic environment where all children have access to the same stationery. They also learn to share and work in teams to accomplish the same goals.
As you'll notice at Spark, you'll never hear a bell, because each classroom and each class is actually on their own schedule. So each class is rotating on their own time, but the whole school doesn't move. And because of this efficiency and scheduling within Spark allows us to provide the education that we can at the price of 16,000 Rand for the year for 2015. So at Spark, we are a blended learning model, and what that really means is there's a combination of direct instruction as well as the use of technology, and what it really drives is differentiated instruction. So we gather data on the children from the classroom and from the learning lab to inform instruction. And so what you've already seen is a classroom practice, but now we're going to go into the learning lab, which is fundamentally a computer room where the children are interacting with adaptive software to allow for extension, review and reinforcement of what's being introduced in the classroom. So the children get an opportunity every single day to come and spend about an hour of the school day interacting with this adaptive software, and we source content internationally because we look for the best content. And so what you'll see, the children are currently using a program called Reading Eggs, which is a literacy program. Every child's screen is different because it means they're at a different stage within the program.
Most schools have a classroom ratio, and you get one teacher per day, and that's all you get. At Spark, your ratio fluctuates throughout the day. If you need it, you get extremely small group instruction, like you can see in the tutoring. And if you're excelling, you get to work independently. And that's very much what's unique about the blended learning model and Spark's blended learning model. Starting out in the very beginning, Stacey and I had a couple pieces of paper and a dream. And in hindsight, a lot of determination too. And we knew we needed investors. We pitched to anybody that we thought was interested in education, that believed, and actually some people that didn't. And eventually we found people that really believed. We found our first seed funder who gave us the opportunity to explore the idea, to build the idea. And then later down the line, we found other people that believed in the potential impact Spark could have on the country. Spark really has two cores to it, and the one is affordability, and the other one's quality. And our affordability we measure on what government's cost is to educate a child. And we believe that in order to be truly affordable to South Africa as a country, you have to cost it the same or less than what government costs and what government spends per child per year. And that's really where we benchmark our affordability, because we want to be able to scale Spark to be able to make sure that it can get reach to many, many communities and not just a select few communities that could afford it. For us, high quality is not competing with the school next door, it's not competing with the country next door, it's competing with the best in the world. Spark scholars need to be globally competitive citizens.
What Spark's brought in is a completely different aspect, and we're here to fundamentally disrupt what education is about in South Africa in order to provide something that is far better for the children of the country in order for the country to prosper. The financial model is fundamental. I mean, a business plan is very important when you look at, the different strategies you want to do, but the core of what you should do, you should really focus on solidifying your financial model and then keeping such a close eye on your spending and testing your assumptions. So I'd encourage all entrepreneurs, financial model, focus on it, and every day you should be checking, are we over budget, under budget, where are your assumptions actually lying and changing?
A dream for us is that we really become to permeate South Africa as a whole, to start to change the mindset of the current education institution. But for the child, The dream is a lot more personal. It's ensuring that we do live up to our promise that the child will be globally competitive, that they will be able to compete not with the school next door, but with the best in the world.